Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Rosa and we are a large family homesteading in Nevada. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're actually going to take you along to show you what we eat in a day. Now, we get a lot of curiosity through our social channels on what we eat in a day, what our diet is like, all the recipes that we show on Instagram, and we are here to start sharing that with you today. Now, because we are homesteaders, you would think that we would eat our animals. We raise goats, we used to have sheep, and we have our chickens and ducks. But we actually started switching to a more whole food plant-based diet, meaning we don't eat any processed meat, any fake bacon or cheese or burgers or anything like that. Everything that we eat is now whole foods. They are fresh greens, fresh fruit. We eat our nuts, our seeds, our legumes like meats and lentils, things like that. We are going to make another more in-depth video later on why we chose to be a whole food plant-based large family. Trey has been on a whole food plant-based journey for actually more than about 3 years now because of health issues that he is having. And myself and the kids were still eating meat. We love our meats, right? We grew up on eating meat, I grew up eating meat, and that's just what I was comfortable with. I didn't really adventure into anything else, and not until recently I decided to do a 30-day cleanse. It was recommended by Trey just to clean my body of a lot of just what I ate throughout my 30 plus years in life. And so after that cleanse, I felt really good, and I felt like I was happy to switch. At first, it was really kind of hard. Like, I really wanted to go back to eating meat, I gotta be honest. But after, starting to get into it more and learning, oh, look what I can cook as a whole food plant-based person. There's just so many things that are like comforting even, and it doesn't have to have meat. Just because we are homesteaders, we still love to grow our own food. We grow our own lots of greens, and we have our fruit trees and things like that. And so we are planning to grow as much food as possible so we can eat from our garden and not have to spend a ton of money buying groceries every single week. Now, just because you are a homesteader and you do eat your meat, that does not mean that I'm here to discriminate or anything like that. This is just a video showing you what we came from. We are still homesteaders. We still have our goats. We milk them every single day to make the best, creamiest goat milk soaps. If you would like to check that out, if you would like to support us, go ahead and check the link down below. We will have it on in the description box, and you can go check that out for yourself. Alrighty, so enough talk, let's get on with the video and let's start cooking. In the morning, we usually start with a smoothie. This is for Trey. We washed up some strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries for this smoothie. Sometimes we use blackberries as well, and we put it in a blender just like so. Then to the blender, we added freshly squeezed orange juice. We use about 8 to 10 ounces for this smoothie for Trey. And there you have this delicious, beautiful berry smoothie that is made with just 3 types of berries. We have strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries, as well as some orange juice. Next, we're going to prepare breakfast for myself and the kids. Today, we're going to have some fruit. It's one of the easiest things for breakfast, and it's also great for rehydrating your body after a long night's worth of not eating and not drinking water. I am washing it in a vegetable wash to get rid of any mold, as grapes are known for having a bunch of mold on it. Then I'm just going to rinse it with cold water and then serve it up. We also washed some blackberries, and that is what we had for breakfast, some blackberries and grapes. For lunch, we usually have a huge salad. This is Trey's salad, and then this is our salad here. We're going to be making some air-fried cauliflower to top onto our salad. Let's work on the toppings and a sauce for Trey's salad. We added some fresh garlic cloves, some bell peppers. We're going to top his salad with that, and some red onions. We usually always make zoodles for him for lunch. If you don't know what zoodles are, they are zucchini noodles, and what you do is you first peel your zucchinis and then we put it through a spiralizer to make noodles out of them, and they taste really good, raw or cooked. You could do either way. We usually do it raw in our salad. Look at all these zoodles that we're going to put into his salad, and it really does give that noodly texture that sometimes you crave, and we absolutely love it. This is the basis of Trey's salad dressing: some onions, some herbs from the garden, and garlic. When Trey harvested this morning, he harvested this beautiful blood red tomato that we grew in the backyard. It is beautifully red and so delicious. We're also going to be making some mushrooms for our salad. This is really a salad for someone that doesn't like to eat salad. So we decided to use some grapeseed oil in a cast iron skillet. We're going to add some onions, then add the mushrooms. We also added some chopped garlic. We added some oregano, some cumin and salt to taste, and some chili powder as well. It gave it kind of a taco meat sort of flavor, and we loved it on our salad. We actually decided to also add the really red delicious tomato in here as well, and it made sort of like a little bit of a sauce that went really well, and it coated the vegetables really well in our salad. After the cauliflower is completely darkened and crispy from the air fryer, we are putting it into our salad. And this makes the perfect mix-in or add-on to a salad for someone that does not like salads. Trust me, it's delicious. Now we add the mushrooms, then add a drizzle of olive oil. You can also use some lemon, apple cider vinegar, whatever you fancy. This is the apple cider vinegar we use, Bragg's of course, and it adds a little tartness to the salad, and here we mix it all up. This is Trey after he's mixed his salad dressing. He loves licking it because it's just so good. He doesn't want to waste a drop. Now this salad dressing is made of onions, garlic, herbs from our garden. We have an avocado and some olive oil as well as salt. And it is just so delicious on the salad. Trey loves it. He makes it pretty much every single day. And this is his salad for lunch. Now we are working on dinner for Trey. We usually make a soup for him, so we're gonna make the soup in an Instant Pot. We just let it slow cook all throughout the night until it is ready to eat for dinner. And he usually eats dinner at around 5 o'clock, and that's usually when it's ready. For a good soup, you always start with the aromatics. We have celery, carrots, leeks, onions, and garlic. So we're just going to chop everything up. We're going to peel everything and give everything a good wash and put it into a pot. Here is a trick to cutting your celery and your carrot. You're going to slice in the middle like this and like this on a carrot. Sometimes because of the shape of a carrot, it's hard to cut the carrot in half, and it's way more safe to do it this way, and now you get little pieces like this without having to cut a carrot in half. Now it's time to chop and clean leeks. Leeks tend to get dirt on the inside rings like this, so it's important to make sure that you wash it very well. And these are our homegrown okras. They work really well in our soups because they make the soup kind of thick without making it slimy. If you don't like the sliminess of okra, put it in a soup and it's going to make the soup really delicious without adding any sliminess to it at all. Trey also likes to have a little bit of spiciness in his soup, so this is a ghost pepper that we've also grown in our garden, and we are just using about half. It's time to add some cabbage. I am peeling off the first and second layer of the cabbage, and then I'm just going to wash it and chop it up. This is how much I use for his soup. It adds a really delicious sweetness. In the soup, we also add a little bit of quinoa and wild rice, and it bulks up the meal for him. And this is what we put in the Instant Pot. I completely forgot to add some bell peppers, so I added it here and gave it a quick stir. We are going to slow cook this for about 5 hours in an Instant Pot, and by the time it's dinner time, around 5:30, it is ready to go and ready for him for dinner. I also started a pot of quinoa for some meal prep. It is the easiest thing to meal prep, so I made a whole pot of it. Now, time for some snacks. This is our snack. We have some grapes, we have some roasted unsalted cashew nuts, sometimes we have walnuts, sometimes we also have some raisins. Today we're just going to be doing grapes, cashews, and we added some dried apricots. We get this from Smith's. We love this brand because the only ingredient that's in there is apricots. So this is what it looks like, and we love it. Time for some dinner. Tonight we are having fried chicken and waffles. Vegan, of course. This is cauliflower dipped in some wet batter and then dry batter. Mercy is helping cook. For the batter, we use spelt flour, some seasonings, and water. And this is our waffle mix. It's also made of spelt flour, some blue agave syrup, and some water, some sparkling water. And look how deliciously golden this waffle looks. I had our oldest, Emmanuel, give it a try. So here he is taste testing our waffles. He added some agave syrup, and let's see what he thinks about them.
It's delicious.
We have tried this recipe in the air fryer. However, if you want to get the crispiest fried chicken / cauliflower, this is the way to go. We fried it in some coconut oil. You can also use grapeseed. This meal is the perfect comfort food. We devoured it before even taking a video. We did manage to take one photo of someone's plate here. This is our chicken and waffles. Thank you so much for watching this video and hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed this video, and let us know what you would like to see in the comments below. I personally love watching videos on what I eat in a day, especially whole food plant-based. It's such inspiration when I cook, and if you would like to see more of that, let us know. I feel like there's not a lot of videos out there for whole food plant-based for larger families like us. We have 5 kids, and so it's hard to cook for a large family, let alone a whole food plant-based. So if you are into this content, let us know, and we can't wait to see you on the next one. We almost just got, no, okay, wait. We just got done, no.